of the hill, there's basically fantastic panoramic views. But on top of that, there's a ride called the Cliff Booster. Now, I think I'm going to go head onto the cliff and boost myself and hopefully scream a bit less than those people there. If you're over 80 kilograms, you won't be allowed on, so it's only for healthy people. Wish me luck.
The thing you should remember is that as much fun as the rides are, the OCT East is much more than just a theme park. It's an all-encompassing life experience, a fairground of rides, culture, sport and food. That said, this was awesome.
What can I say? Okay, the worst or the best bit about that... Hold on, wait, that's not me shaking, that's you. The best bit about that, or the worst, is that you're at the top and they just make you wait there for what feels like about a lifetime, and you're just looking over the top. I thought the clouds could hide some of the ground, but soon the clouds dispersed. The girl next to me was screaming the whole way. A couple of girlish screams from me too, but really worth it. Come to the Cliff Booster. Come to the Cliff Booster. So hopefully the clouds have just about cleared enough so that you can see behind. The OCT theme park is split into 3 distinct areas. We've got the Buddhist cultural theme park. As you might be able to see, the temple in the background. We've also got the attractions up top with fun rides and theme rides. And finally, a resort section with lots of hotels and golf courses, which hopefully you can see quite clearly behind me.
The great thing about the OCT East is that there really is something for people of all ages. The kid in you and with you will love the rides in the theme park, but grown-ups can also be treated to a more relaxed side. Try taking the scenic ride around the park. It takes just 20 minutes along the railway which connects the entire park. Sit back in an old-school rustic train and watch the massive park roll past. Shenzhen, the more the merrier. Most cities have enough fun with just one theme park, but the industry is so developed in Shenzhen that it boasts at least half a dozen, with new ones sprouting up all the time. Like Disneyland franchises all over the world, no self-respecting blockbuster theme park is complete without a set of hotels to ensure you spend as much time as possible in the park. OCT East is no different.
Thought we'd take a quick break in Interlaken, one of the themed areas within the OCT. This is where all the hotels are, so they go from 3-star all the way to 5-star. And they've taken on a Swiss architectural theme. So all around us we've got very European vibe. It's very relaxed, even though it's raining outside. Everyone's just chilling.
The 5-star Interlaken Hotel, overlooking Lake Interlaken, is surrounded by its namesake village with quaint gingerbread houses and shops. You'll also find street parades, a huge indoor theatre, golf courses, as well as China's largest indoor and outdoor mineral spring spa.
So as relaxing as it is out here, show you around inside. Come on. This is what a 5-star room looks like in this part of town. We have lovely flat screen television on this side. Couple of lovely beds. Now a room like this retails at 2,000 kwai minimum. And if you come around here, as you can see, we've got separate bath, separate shower in its own room, and a separate toilet around there. Clearly I can't even afford to be here, so I'm out.
Ah, the beauty of showing a 5-star lifestyle for other people to enjoy. Time to head back into town and to the west of the city where you can find the older and arguably more established theme parks. As a tip, if you didn't have time / totally forgot to pick up your Shenzhen information brochures at the airport, then there's a very useful office situated right in the window of the world.
So, picked up my my little guides at the Shenzhen Tourism Information Centre. So we've got everything to do, sightseeing, transportation, hotels, where to eat. And this is at the view, come with me, of the world. And you could probably guess what this is about if you come into the centre. It is, of course, a theme park that's based around the most famous attractions in the world, the most famous landmarks. Behind me you have, can you just about spot it, the Eiffel Tower, ladies and gentlemen, for a lovely recreation. And if you swing around this way, we've got the pyramid outside the Louvre. We've even got a recreation of the hotel of the Venetian in Las Vegas.
In this part of town, take your pick with the parks. The Window of the World is a place where you'll find a total of 118 world scenic spots. And right next door, stroll over to splendid China. Here you'll be able to take in miniature versions of some of China's most treasured landmarks, all united together in one theme park.
So, from a view of the world to a view of China. Now, we've come just across, not too far, to two linked villages, one of which is called Splendid China, which is what you can see around me, where it has lots of recreations of some of China's most famous tourist sites, such as the Great Wall, which I'm just relaxing on right now. And the other one is called the China Folk Culture Village, where you can find lots and lots of performances and shows to do with the ethnic minorities in the country. And you can just have your best Godzilla impression all over the place. So the park's open from 9 AM to 9 PM, and the tickets will cost you 120 RMB. Now, if we get to see, here we go, one of my favourite little places in the world. You get to see also Tingsha. You'll get to see all these kind of recreations. Look at this, it's the Bishu Shangzhuang in Chengde, the old summer palace, which in real life is twice as big as the actual summer palace in Beijing. Here, it's not quite the same, but around the entire splendid China, you'll see all of these fantastic recreations of places you probably haven't had time to see during your sojourn in China. 走，谢谢。
这是我们中央电视台，大家看到了吗 ？CCTV 啊，我。
OK。
还有谁呀？快点这边来排队。来，去点。还有谁？
OK。谢谢。OK。谢谢。I really don't think anybody would actually want. This is probably the least popular type of thing for me. Is an outline of my face. Awful. I should change my facial features. OK. 哇，你那么快。This is how I look, apparently, with rather feminine sort of eyelashes, don't you think? Rather feminine. I didn't realise that. Looks like a girl's outline. He reckons it's all right. I look like a dude. It's cool.
Enough of the outdoors. It's time to head to one of the hottest shows in town, which takes place in an amphitheatre at the China Folk Culture Village, right next door to splendid China. It takes place every night at 7 PM and costs you a little extra, but it's definitely worth it. Just drop 30 RMB for the privilege. Now, I don't want to ruin the surprise, but you'll see that it's definitely worth the cash. As well as being visually spectacular, the show cranks up your knowledge of China. It's a perfect opportunity to learn about the country's diverse and fascinating ethnic minority groups. There are 56 officially recognised ethnic groups within China, all with their own unique cultures. Most ethnic groups are distinctive from one another, but one of the most overwhelming traits they share is their love of singing and of dancing. Not only do they love it, but they're very good at it, as you can see. And here's a chance for you to take the spotlight. In this production, everybody has a chance to go on stage. You just need to sit strategically in the front row. Can I add that this really wasn't a setup and I happened to be picked out randomly? Just remember to give the ladies the eye. This was actually a very relevant move given the overall theme of many of these dances. Love. Love is in the air at the show, and here you don't need to speak the ethnic dialects to understand what's going on. So whether you're a hopeless romantic, a budding Romeo or a love Scrooge, don't miss your chance to learn about these fascinating cultures. So, a bit of everything for everyone. Fun and culture hand in hand. And in many ways, that's what Shenzhen is all about. But don't just take my word for it. Come and try for yourself.
Well, what a fantastic performance. They took us all around China with all of the diverse ethnic minorities on display. I had a fantastic time. I've even got my own memorabilia, and it's probably a good time to call it a day. I hope you've enjoyed our trip around Shenzhen and everything that it has to offer. I'm Mark Edwards, and I'll catch you very soon on another episode of Travelogue.